let me just get one more. Let
What
me
we
get
got?
one
What
more
we got?
one more thing because a lot of people have been asking about that TQQQ situation, but then people was talking about QQQM,
Mhm.
which is the QQQ situation but has lower fees. So
Mhm.
I saw people asking, well, QQQM is actually better. So, what's your thoughts on QQQM?
I like it as a secondary. I think TQQQ and QQQ is like LeBron, and QQQM is like, let's say, Bosch. I don't want to say D Wade because D Wade is great. But I understand that it's cheaper. But when paying for these things, the only thing that I worry about is if you get it through a certain, and I don't work for Vanguard. I get nothing on the back end from Vanguard. I like Invesco, but I've seen situations where S&P 500 or NASDAQ related products come out and then they drop because pension fund, hedge fund, prop firm gets out of it, and then it skews your portfolio. Some of you have not lived through a 60% drop or 70% drop in your stock. It's not fun. Even when TUCL split, I had a bunch of people hitting me like, yo, what happened? I was like, yo, it's a stock split. It did not fall apart. You're good. So I do like it as a secondary. But if you're just getting started and you need to see it work, sure, put a couple thousand in it if you can afford it. I like the Qs better. TQQQ, there are some disadvantages of it, but if you are a seasoned investor, you know to wait for extreme drops in it. But Triple QM is a good secondary or like backup all-star that you can put in your portfolio.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, real quick, I just want to make a mention of this that I was reading, and this is why I called you this morning. I was reading Business Insider, and the headline was China is already sending aid to the Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. I'm like, I know I heard my brother talk about this like 2 weeks ago.
As Rashad would say, you don't know who I know. Ian hates Bitcoin and all things that the culture like. So no, I trust me. The conversations that I'm having, and then also too, like when you look at strategy, it's the next. I mean, even with the China, we can spend a whole season talking about. Okay, even with the fentanyl thing, who's the number one exporter of fentanyl in the world?
China.
So why not? If the plan is, if we've been a bully for arguably 100 years, you don't think that these other countries now want to team up and then bully us? Just like when LeBron went and did the Heatles thing, now everybody else wants to team up and make their own big three. So if they supply the Taliban and then Russia, and then we talked about the Bitcoin thing, like, and then intellectually, China's superior, hands down. They began tracking the performance of their kids at 4. Anyone who's been to China, Japan, you already know they are light years ahead of us. And then if they also play dirty and then begin to increase the addiction rate, they're attacking from every angle. I'm telling you, I'm bringing you guys exclusive stuff. Please don't wait until Auntie Oprah picks the show up and then like, I remember when they used to do this on Zoom and Ian used to mess the Zoom up. Auntie Oprah, call us. So I'm just telling you, we're giving you exclusives ahead of time before everyone else is dropping them, and best interest on the planet too. So, but
and you want absolutely, you want to run down a couple of these good investments or not, real quick? You want to go for it?
Yeah, I mean,
because I want to talk about one of them. Can we talk about one of them? Yeah. So is it FuboTV? FuboTV?
FuboTV.
Yeah. Interesting stock, man. Interesting stock. And here's the reason why. And I was like, yeah, let's just get this off, right? And so what they're attempting to do is monumental. And so I want everybody to pitch in their mind. Obviously, live streaming is something that we're familiar with. Online gambling is something that we're familiar with. I want you to envision in your mind those two things coming together. And so now you're not going to your phone to do it. You're not going to the sports bookie to do it. You're actually doing it while you're sitting on your couch using your remote. And so that's what they're attempting to do right now. And in fact, 2 states already have approved them to do it, Arizona and Iowa. But that's a game changer, right? Like, can you imagine what that does to the sports gaming industry and what it does for streaming, especially when you have live sports that you're watching and you can just gamble on from your TV? This is like,
that's tough. Yeah, it's monumental. They have an uphill battle. They had a hell of a spike last year. I only like it at the price of like 1056 or 1380. But if you can build a base around there and 4 or 5 years, it takes off. The 50%, well, 61% range is like 41.73. If you get in at 10.56 and get out at 41.73, it's a nice home run. Anything above 41, I would definitely not buy. So 41, 48, definitely not 62. I wouldn't touch. But if they can get a couple of good partners behind them, and in 5 or 6 years, because some of the companies are losing revenue, and they're going to have to partner with a company like this at some point to offset revenue. DraftKings, if the bigger they become, is going to lead to other players like them filling in the second and third spots. Just keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it. It's an up and comer.
Yeah.